Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 588, we are going to talk about Mangara the Diplomat. It's been a long time coming. For 4 mana, we get a 2/4 human cleric with lifelink. Two pretty decent abilities here. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, as opposed to attacks with instants, uh, if two or more of those creatures are attacking you and or a walker you control, you get to draw a card. So if you're under attack, you get to draw. And whenever they cast their second spell each turn, draw a card. Now, notice neither one of those, the word may, pops in there. It's kind of like when they reworked a Johnny's Pride Mate. It just kind of happens. But I do like cards that force you to pay attention to the game because it's easy to get, especially in a large game, 5-6 people. Anyway. But I didn't exactly know how to go about this because there's not a lot of white that forces people to attack you or forces opponents to draw cards so they can cast their second spell. But that stuff like that, it generally happens in an EDH game anyway, right? So it's not like, it's going to happen. You're going to get this incidental card draw. So, the lifelink, that was the word on the card that really spoke to me. So I said, well, you know what? Let's do some life gain. It's been a while since I've done a life gain deck. And if people are attacking you, you need to gain the life anyway. And if we have Mangara and people are not attacking us because they don't want us to draw a card, well, heck, we're winning there too. So I thought, life. So let's gain some life, shall we? So I'm going to try to do this as my thought process went. Soul's Attendant and Soul Warden. I was like, those are the first two cards in. Gotta have them, gaining life whenever any creature hits. And then we got the new Daxos. And then, Suture Priest, Impassioned Orator. I was like, yeah, okay. So we're gaining life when creatures enter the battlefield. And I'm like, well, because of that, we kind of need to play with creatures. So I thought, true conviction. Giving all our creatures double strike and lifelink just seemed like the way to go. And it wasn't too long thereafter, my mind hit upon the Johnny Pride Mate. And, of course, the Angel of Vitality. This is a 3-mana 4/4 in our format most of the time. So, a Johnny always loves to gain life, So, that's where I started off with, excuse me, and I just kind of sat there and I was like, well, until I get re-inspired, I will, dang, I'll do the basics, So I said, well, let's look at some ramp, Of course, we got a Soul Ring, the Golden Ear, Cartographer's Hawk, Gift of Estates, Spectral Searchlight, Oreskos Explorer, Vessel of the Endless Rest, and the Solum Simulacrum. I was like, that's a pretty good suite of, ramp for white anyway. And then I was like, well, there's the Bonder's Ornament, which is card draw and ramp-ish, for anything over 3. So then I got to creatures, and I was like, well, first off, we just kind of want things that have lifelink. So I was like, this is a 1-mana 1/1. Hey, it taps to make an angel if we've got 7 more than our starting life, which I was like, well, that's probably going to happen. We've got Baneslayer's back, baby. It's got lifelink. The Griffin Airy, and also in M21, if you gain 3 or more life, you get 2/2 Griffins. Y'all know how much I love Griffins. Approach the Second Sun. Not only is it a life gain, it's an alternate win condition, so that's awesome. I threw an orb in there because sometimes you just need that one turn, and they have you dead at Exacxes, and you can sack a land to be at 2, and you have another turn. Angel's Feather. Angel's Feather's anybody plays a white spell, you're going to gain a life. So, Peach Garden Oath is really cheap considering what it does. Gain 2 life for each creature you control for 1 mana. And it's sorcery, but Invincible Hymn. We play a 100-card format. Now, granted, by the time we get the 8 mana to cast this, and our commander and whatever, the most I have ever been at with an Invincible Hymn was 70 something, high 70s. But it's still kind of not bad, Evra Halcyon Witness. Yeah, the ability to exchange your life total with Evra's power at instant speed is a beating. Because Evra has lifelink. And if you are attacking, blocking, whatever, and you put Evra into combat, and yeah, even if she's already gonna, kill that 1/1 goblin token, swap it. Swap it with your 38 power or your 38 life total, and her power becomes 38. The lifelink kicks in, you gain that 38 right back. So, yeah. Elixir of Immortality to shuffle. And hey, this may be a thing now. This may matter because Mill is about to be a thing, right? Landbind Ritual. Now, I don't know about this one. 2 life for each planes. This is a late game card. So, what is this? On rate, we're getting 5 mana for 10 life, but it literally does nothing else. I like the life gain that does something else, serves some other purpose, and this kind of ain't it. Heroes Remember it ain't it either, but, for 1 mana, yeah, 10 turns is a while to wait, but that's kind of when you want it, and even then, 9 for 20, Congregate, and the Vitality Hunter, just passing out lifelink to maybe those Griffins that you got or whatever. So then I was like, well, some removal like Faith Fetters, it gains life. And then I was looking at Angelic Accord. If you gain 4 or more life, you get an angel token. All right, okay. A Johnny's Mantra is almost not worth a card. You just gain a life during your upkeep. I'll admit, it probably wouldn't be in here if I didn't have the foil. But here we are. Path of Bravery. It does 2 things. It does gain you life when you attack, and it also, if you're higher than your starting life, you get the Anthem ability. Contemplation. Cast a spell, gain a life. That doesn't seem bad. I like it in blue-white decks where you have, capsize and you're being mean anyway, but Light of Promise. This is not bad from M21. Put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. If that's our commander, we got some things there. So I looked at it and I was like, well, there's a few cards I'm just automatically going to throw in because they're good cards, It's mono white, so I'm going to throw in an Armored Ascension. Shielded by Faith, because we don't want Mangara to die or anything else that we have are winning with. Ghostly Prism is good. I dig the new art on Glorious Anthem, and it does kind of fit. Martyr's Bond is a great card. Celestial Convergence. Now, I don't have the Test of Endurance. That's gotten exceedingly expensive, but it comes in with 7 counters, and then, highest life total wins. Now, Spiritual Asylum is in there, is mainly for the creatures. Yeah, I guess not being able to be, your lands not be targeted is pretty cool, but that doesn't happen a whole lot. But we're probably not going real hard aggro anyway. And if we are going aggro, it's probably game-winning scenario, I'm thinking. So, that way, when the Asylum comes down, we're ready. And so that's where I was at, and I was like, you know what? That's an awful lot of enchantments. So I was like, might as well get card draw off of them, right? So I threw in a Mesa Enchantress. And then I was like, well, Sigil of the Empty Throne. Might as well be getting more angels out of the deal. Y'all see the rabbit hole I fell into. And I was like, well, if I need that, I probably need an idyllic tutor to go find something, right? And then I was like, well, Stormherd. Because, everybody needs a whole bunch of Pegasi. Flawless Maneuver, just anti-wrath. That's exactly what it is. Holy Day, Ethereal Haze. And then we get into some good old-fashioned removal. Demystify, Erase, Take Vengeance. Now, I know a lot of people don't use Take Vengeance. But for mono white, a 2-mana destroy target tapped creature, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Yeah, it's a strictly worse Doomblade. But it's white. It's no Celestial Purge. But Disenchant, gotta have that Disenchant. Run your removal, folks. Pacifism, because, kind of fits the theme. Ravnica at War. Cleansing Nova, sometimes you just gotta start over, right? But I want to talk about Tariff. Not a lot of people play with Tariff. For 2 mana, yes, it is a sorcery. Everybody has to rebuy their highest casting cost creature. And we know a couple things about us Commander players. We love value. We love to tap out. We hardly don't think about counter magic. Or, stuff like Mana Leak or whatever. In our opinion, if they're going to run a counter spell, they're going to run a hard counter. So it doesn't matter how much mana we have left. So we tap out quite often. That's why Mana Tithe is so amazing. So this I classify as removal. It is granted unusual removal, but removal nonetheless. Now we've got our non-basic lands. Rogue's Passage, just in case we have that one beater that has to get through. The Kabira Crossroads is going to gain us 2 life when it comes in. The Step to just cycle it if we don't need it. Radiant Fountain. And Seraph Sanctuary, because, angels. Or angel tokens, rather. So that is Mangara. I honestly don't know how I ended up here. But life gain, so figure why not, right? Well, we are, get down here where those lights are. We are really, really close getting to 600. This is 588 that's going on the wall. I'll complete that row today. Obviously, my today. Not y'all's today. So, but But that is what I have for Mangara. I do appreciate y'all watching. Anybody on TikTok? I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. You just kill time, and I do a little bit of magic content on there, just real quick combos and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've got for today. So until tomorrow, we are going to shuffle and cut.